All right, let's just jump right in. What if I told you that the reason most people never build real lasting wealth has almost nothing to do with their salary? Today, we're going to break down 10 unspoken rules that wealthy people live by, rules you just don't learn in school, and honestly, they change the entire game.
Seriously, just let that sink in for a second. We are all taught from day one that a bigger paycheck is the answer to everything. But what if that's not really the whole picture? What if the real key isn't how much you earn, but what you do with the money you have? You see, the wealthy aren't just earning more, they are literally playing by a completely different rule book.
And here it is. This slide lays out the fundamental difference in those rule books. Most people are on the left. You earn your money, you spend it, and then you try to save whatever's left over, which, let's be honest, is usually not much. The wealthy just flip that script. They earn and then immediately save and invest. Spending, that only happens with whatever is left after their future is taken care of. This isn't just some small tactical change, it's a total mindset shift from being a consumer to being an investor, and it is the foundation for everything else we're about to talk about.
So let's get into the rules themselves. We're going to start with the foundational habits. Think of these as the absolute non-negotiables. These are the personal finance basics you just have to get right before you can even think about hitting the accelerator on your growth.
Okay, rule number 1, pay yourself first. And this number, 10%, that's just a starting point. The idea is simple. The second money hits your account, a piece of it, let's say 10%, goes straight into your savings or investments. It goes there before you pay your rent, before you buy groceries, before anything. The key, and this is crucial, is to make it automatic. You set up that transfer for the same day you get paid. You'll naturally learn to live on the rest, and your wealth will just quietly build in the background, no effort required.
And that brings us perfectly to rule number 2. Make your money work while you sleep. People call this the magic of compounding, and honestly, it is. Just look at these numbers. If you start investing just $500 a month at age 25, you could be looking at over $1.5 million by retirement. But if you wait just 10 years, just a decade, and start at 35, you cut that final number in half. The lesson here is so clear. Time is your single most powerful asset. Don't waste it.
So where should you be putting that money you're saving? Well, that leads us right to rule number 3, buy assets, not liabilities. Let's keep this super simple. An asset is anything that works to put money in your pocket. Think of a rental property that brings in cash every single month, or stocks that pay you dividends just for owning them. And then, of course, you've got the other side of the coin, liabilities. These are the things that are constantly taking money out of your pocket. The classic example? That brand new car you finance, which loses a chunk of its value the second you drive it off the lot. The wealthy focus all their energy on building up their column of assets first. Then they let those assets pay for their lifestyle and any liabilities they want.
This right here perfectly illustrates rule number 4. Stop trading your time for money. Look, if the only way you can make money is by physically showing up and clocking in, you are on a hamster wheel. A salary, sure, it keeps you going. But a system, like a business you own or an investment portfolio that earns money while you're on vacation, that is what actually sets you free.
Okay, let's keep building on this. Once you've got that foundation locked in, it is time to build the engine. These next rules are all about creating systems that actively grow your money, often without you having to trade another minute of your time for it. First up in this section, rule number 5, use debt strategically. Now, most of us were taught that all debt is evil. But the wealthy know there are actually 2 kinds. You've got bad debt, which is borrowing money for things that go down in value, like a new TV or that car we talked about. But then there's good debt. That's when you borrow money to buy an asset that generates more income than the debt costs you. Think about a mortgage on a rental property that brings in positive cash flow every month. It's a total game changer. All right, next up, rule number 6. You have to know your numbers. It's so simple. You cannot manage what you do not measure. And this isn't about being cheap or restrictive, it's about being in control. The process is pretty straightforward. Track where your money goes, take a look at it every month, and calculate your net worth, which is just what you own minus what you owe. That awareness, that's the real first step to building anything. And then we have rule number 7. Diversify like your future depends on it, because it does. Putting all your eggs in one basket, whether that's one job or one hot stock, is an incredibly risky move. The wealthy build these pillars of support. They spread their money across different kinds of assets, and they create multiple income streams. That way, if one pillar starts to crack, the others are there to hold everything up. This is not a luxury, it's a financial safety net. Rule number 8 is maybe the most powerful one on this entire list.
Invest in yourself. As the great Warren Buffett says, the knowledge and skills you pick up can never be taken away from you, and they will pay the highest returns over your lifetime. Every book you read, every course you take, every skill you master, it all makes you more valuable.
Okay, we're heading into the home stretch with our final set of rules. Think of these as the more advanced strategies. This is what the wealthy use, not just to grow their money, but to protect it and to multiply that growth using some really powerful levers.
This brings us to rule number 9, and it's a huge mindset shift. Think in decades, not months. The wealthy play the long game. They don't freak out when the market dips, and they don't chase after quick, trendy fads. So before you make any big financial choice, just ask yourself one simple question. How does this decision serve the person I want to be in 10 years? Answering that question alone can radically change your outcomes.
And finally, rule number 10. Your network is a part of your net worth. The people you choose to spend your time with literally shape your mindset, your opportunities, and your definition of what is even possible. If you surround yourself with people who are building things and investing in their future, it's going to change your whole perspective. You have to invest in your relationships just as intentionally as you invest your money.
So, there you have it. Those are the 10 rules. And the most important thing to get is this. Building wealth isn't about being born into money or having some perfect head start. It's about having a better system, a better set of rules, and then having the discipline to actually follow through.
But look, knowledge is completely useless without action. So don't let this overwhelm you. Don't try to do all 10 things at once. Just pick one rule, whichever one really hit you the hardest, and decide on one small, tiny action you can take on it this week. Not next month, not when things calm down, this week. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Every single one of these rules has the power to completely change your financial trajectory. The only thing that really matters now is which one are you going to choose to start with. The power to begin is entirely in your hands.